Ana Leticia Rivera clutched her leather backpack tighter as she approached Gate 7 at Miami International. The terminal buzzed with the particular energy of first-class travelers, confident, entitled, loud. She tucked a loose strand of hair behind her ear, adjusting her simple white t-shirt. "Boarding pass, please." The gate agent barely looked up. Ana handed over her ticket. "I have seat 2A. The agent glanced at her worn sneakers, then at the boarding pass. His eyebrows lifted slightly. "First class is boarding now. You'll need to wait for general boarding. But this is a first-class ticket." Ana pointed to the clearly marked section. The agent sighed. "Ma'am, there must be a mistake. Please step aside." Behind her, a man in an impeccable suit cleared his throat. "Some people just don't understand procedure," he muttered to his colleague. Ana's cheeks burned as she stepped aside. She'd built a multi-million-dollar educational app from nothing, yet somehow still felt like the cleaning lady's daughter when confronted with situations like this. A tall figure moved beside her. "Excuse me," a man's voice said quietly. Ana looked up to see intense grey eyes studying her. "I couldn't help noticing. I'm Mason Adler." He gestured toward the gate agent. "Would you like me to—" "Ms. Rivera." A woman in an airline uniform hurried toward them. "I'm so sorry for the confusion. Please, right this way." As Ana followed, she felt Mason's curious gaze following her. She'd gotten used to being underestimated. Sometimes it was even an advantage. 3. Weeks later, Ana stood before the glass doors of Horizon Educational Partners, Manhattan's most prestigious educational consulting firm. Their endorsement could double her app's reach. Inside, marble floors gleamed beneath crystal chandeliers. "Do you have an appointment?" The receptionist's voice cut through Ana's thoughts. "Yes, with Victoria Harrington. I'm Ana Rivera." The receptionist's fingers tapped her keyboard. "Rivera, I don't see you here." "Check under Leticia Tech," Ana suggested. "That's my company." "Nothing under that either. Are you sure you have the right day?" Ana pulled out her phone, showing the email confirmation. "Oh?" The receptionist's tone shifted. "You're the app developer? Ms. Harrington is expecting a presentation from the founder." "I am the founder." The receptionist's lips thinned. "I'll let her know you're here." Ana took a seat, feeling distinctly out of place among the leather furniture and oil paintings. She'd chosen a simple blazer over jeans, professional but practical. Now she wondered if she should have worn something more impressive. "Ana Rivera." A woman approached, hand extended. "Victoria Harrington, Chief Innovation Officer." Her grip was firm, her smile practiced. "Follow me." Victoria led her through corridors adorned with educational awards and photos of Victoria, with various celebrities and politicians. "I'm curious about your background," she said without looking back. "Your profile mentions you're self-taught." "Computer science degree from Florida State, but yes, I taught myself app development." "How resourceful." Victoria pushed open a conference room door. "Everyone, this is Ana Rivera." 6 people looked up from the gleaming table. Their expressions ranged from polite disinterest to open skepticism. "Ana has developed an educational app for immigrant children," Victoria continued, "targeted at the economically disadvantaged market." She emphasized the words as if they were a curiosity. "Actually," Ana corrected, "it's for all children learning multiple languages. We have over 2 million users now." A man at the far end laughed softly. 2 million free users isn't exactly a business model. "We converted 18% to paid subscriptions last quarter," Ana replied. Victoria gestured to an empty chair. "Why don't you set up while we finish discussing another matter? Derek was just updating us on the Westfield Academy integration." For the next 15 minutes, Ana sat silently while the team discussed a project she knew nothing about. She recognized the tactic: make her feel small before they even began. When they finally turned to her, Victoria smiled too brightly. "So, Ana, tell us about your little app." The second humiliation came a week later at the EdTech Innovation Summit. Ana stood at her modest booth, surrounded by competitors with elaborate displays, free merchandise, and teams of salespeople. "This Leticia Tech." A man in an expensive suit approached, glancing at her simple banner. "Yes, I'm Ana, the founder. Would you like a demonstration? He looked her up and down. Where's your team? It's just me today. Just you? He chuckled. Who handles your back-end development? I do. User experience design? Also me. His smile became condescending. And let me guess. You're the CEO, marketing department, and janitor. Too? Anna met his gaze. When needed. Adorable. He handed her his card. Jonathan Prescott, Principal Ventures. Call when you're ready for real investment and a proper team. He walked away, leaving Anna fuming silently. Tough crowd, huh? Anna turned to find Mason Adler standing there, looking more approachable and business casual than he had at the airport. Do we know each other? Anna asked, though she recognized him immediately. Almost met at Miami International. Mason Adler. He offered his hand. I saw what happened at the gate. Was going to intervene, but you clearly handled it. Anna shook his hand. Ana Rivera. I know, I've been following your work. He gestured to her display. Mind showing me how it works? Anna hesitated, then opened her tablet. The app uses native language instruction to build English skills. What makes it unique is its cultural responsiveness. She demonstrated how the program adapted to different learning styles and cultural contexts. Mason asked surprisingly insightful questions. This is impressive, he said finally. Why aren't you at one of the premium booths? Budget priorities. I'd rather hire another developer than pay for fancy marketing. Mason nodded toward where Jonathan had disappeared. Don't let people like Prescott get to you. Half these companies won't exist in 5 years. Speaking from experience, family business, aviation consulting. And you're interested in language learning apps because Mason's expression became unreadable. Professional curiosity. Before Anna could respond, a commotion erupted at the central stage. The summit's keynote speaker had arrived. Victoria Harrington. If you'll excuse me, Anna said, I need to watch this. Victoria's speech was slick, full of buzzwords about educational transformation and digital equity. Then she unveiled Horizon's new initiative, a language learning platform for underprivileged students. Anna froze. The interface, the progression system, it was essentially her app repackaged. As you can see, Victoria concluded, we've created a revolutionary approach to language acquisition. During the Q&A, Anna raised her hand. Victoria's smile faltered when she recognized her, but she had no choice but to call on her. Ms. Harrington, your platform looks remarkably similar to Latina Tech's interface. Was that intentional? The room hushed. I'm not familiar with the product you're referring to, Victoria said smoothly. Our design team developed this independently. Your team reviewed my app extensively 3 weeks ago. Victoria's laugh was practiced. Ms. Rivera, I meet with dozens of developers monthly. Perhaps you're seeing similarities because great minds think alike. Or, her smile tightened, because basic solutions often look similar. Laughter rippled through the audience. Anna felt her face burn. But if you'd like to discuss, Victoria continued, why don't you join our panel tomorrow? We're discussing innovation in minority education. Someone with your background might add an interesting perspective. The condescension was unmistakable. Hannah knew she was being set up for public ridicule, but she couldn't back down. I'll be there. The panel was stacked against her. Victoria, Jonathan Prescott, 2 Ivy League professors, and the CEO of a major textbook publisher. Anna sat at the end, her microphone positioned slightly farther back than the others. Victoria opened with statistics about minority educational challenges, positioning herself as a champion for underprivileged students. When she finally acknowledged Anna, it was with faint praise. And we have Ana Rivera, a self-taught developer who's created a small but noteworthy app serving the Hispanic community. Actually, Anna corrected, Latina Tech serves multiple language groups and is used in 27 countries. Victoria smiled tightly. Of course. Now, Professor Whitman, you were saying about empirical assessment metrics. For 20 minutes, they discussed educational theory while barely acknowledging Anna's presence. When she tried to speak, someone always talked over her. Finally, Jonathan Prescott turned to her. Ms. Rivera, you lack formal educational training. How can you possibly address pedagogical standards? Anna leaned toward her microphone. Our results speak for themselves. Our users show 34% faster language acquisition than traditional methods. Anecdotal evidence isn't data, Victoria interjected. It's not anecdotal. We've tracked over... Moving on, Victoria interrupted. The real challenge is scalability. Small, boutique apps simply can't reach the populations that need them most. Agreed, Jonathan said. That's why proper funding and corporate infrastructure are essential. Without them, these passion projects remain quaint. The audience laughed. Anna felt her patience snap. Would you care to test that theory? Victoria blinked. Excuse me? A direct comparison. Your platform versus mine. Right now. The room went silent. Victoria recovered quickly. This isn't a competition, Ms. Rivera, isn't it? Anna stood, addressing the audience. Every person in this room works in education because they believe knowledge equals power. So let's test that belief. She retrieved her laptop and connected it to the projection system. The Latina Tech logo appeared on the large screen. Your platform claims to optimize language acquisition through contextual learning, Anna continued. Mine does too. So let's see which is more effective. Victoria's smile tightened. This is hardly the venue. I'll demonstrate, Anna interrupted. First, let me show you Horizon's new platform. She pulled up Victoria's app and navigated through several features, explaining each weakness with clinical precision. Notice that the cultural references are generic, the adaptability limited. Victoria's face flushed. You can't possibly understand the complexity. Now, Latina Tech. Anna switched screens. Our system adapts to individual learning patterns and cultural contexts. Watch what happens when I change the user profile. The interface transformed, adjusting content and methodology based on the selected parameters. But the real difference, Anna continued, her voice gathering strength, is in the coding architecture. She opened the developer console and began typing rapidly, fingers flying across the keyboard. Lines of code appeared on screen, complex sequences that made several audience members lean forward. Your system uses a standard recursive algorithm for pattern recognition, Anna explained, highlighting sections. Mine uses a proprietary neural network that learns from user interactions. She executed a sequence that displayed side-by-side performance. Metrics. The difference was stark. This isn't just about language learning, Anna said, turning to face the stunned panel. It's about respecting users enough to build something that genuinely meets their needs, not what we assume they need. She pulled up comparison data, showing Latina Tech's superior performance in multiple metrics. Then, with deliberate calm, she switched to a screen showing Horizon's prototype, alongside her own code from 6 months earlier. Notice anything? Familiar? Victoria's face went white. You can't prove... I don't need to. Anna closed her laptop. The timestamps on GitHub do that for me. The room erupted in murmurs. Someone started clapping, then another, until applause filled the hall. Professor Whitman leaned forward. Young woman, where did you learn to code like that? My father fixed computers in our kitchen after working double shifts, Anna replied. He taught me that if you can't afford to buy something, you learn to build it. She looked directly at Victoria. And if someone tries to take what you've built, you learn to defend it. Afterward, people crowded around Anna, offering business cards. And congratulations. Her phone buzzed constantly with notifications from industry insiders following her newly viral moment. Victoria pushed through the crowd, her smile brittle. Well played, but this industry is about relationships, not just technical prowess. She lowered her voice. And you've just burned a very important bridge. Anna matched her whisper. I'd rather build my own. As Victoria stalked away, Anna noticed her hands were shaking. The adrenaline crash hit suddenly. She excused herself and found a quiet corner, breathing deeply. That, said a voice beside her, was the most brilliant thing I've seen in years. Mason stood there, looking at her with new respect. Thanks. Anna's voice sounded distant to her own ears. Her heart pounded erratically. Are you okay? Mason looked concerned. Just processing. Anna pressed her palms against the wall to steady herself. I've never done anything like that before. You just changed your entire career trajectory in 30 minutes, Anna laughed shakily. Or ended it. Not even... Close. Mason pulled out his phone. Your app downloads have spiked 800% in the last hour. Latina Tech is trending. Anna blinked at the screen. That's not possible. Someone recorded your demonstration, and it's everywhere. He scrolled through comments. People are calling you the coding queen who schooled the establishment. Anna's legs felt weak. She slid down the wall until she was sitting on the floor. Hey. Mason crouched beside her. This is good news. I know. Anna pressed her hands to her hot cheeks. I'm just not used to being seen. Mason sat beside her. For what it's worth, I saw you before all this. Anna studied him. Why were you at my booth yesterday? Really? Mason hesitated. Initially. Research. My family's company is diversifying into educational technology. And now? Now I'm wondering if you'd consider a collaboration instead of an acquisition, Anna laughed. Very smooth pivot. I'm serious. Mason's expression was earnest. What you built is exceptional. And how you built it. He shook his head in admiration. Most people in your position would have sold out to the first offer. It wasn't built to be sold. It was built to solve a problem. That's exactly why it's valuable. Mason stood, offering his hand. Let me buy you coffee. No business talk. I just want to hear your story. Anna hesitated, then took his hand. One condition. Name it. Tell me why you were really at that gate in Miami. Mason smiled. Deal. 6 months later, Anna stood in the headquarters of Latina Tech, now a proper office with a team of 12 developers, most bilingual, all passionate about educational access. On the wall hung a framed screenshot of her viral moment, beside a photo of her parents at the ribbon-cutting ceremony. Her father had cried. All those nights fixing computers, he'd whispered. They were worth it. Anna's phone buzzed with a message from Mason. Board meeting finished. They unanimously approved the partnership. No acquisition, full creative control. Stays with you. Celebrating tonight? She smiled, typing back, perfect. Bring the contract to Mummy's restaurant. She's making your favorite. Anna looked out at her team, diverse, talented people who'd been overlooked by companies like Horizon. Victoria had been right about one thing. This industry was about relationships, just not the kind she'd meant. The intercom buzzed. Ms. Rivera, your 2 o'clock is here. Anna straightened her simple blazer, still jeans underneath, some things never changed, and opened her office door. A young woman stood there, clutching a worn laptop. Ms. Rivera? I'm Sophia. I applied for the internship. They said you wanted to interview me personally. Anna smiled, recognizing the nervous determination in Sophia's eyes, the same look she'd once practiced in the mirror before walking into rooms where no one expected her to belong. Come in, Sophia. Tell me about what you've built so far. In the quiet moments when even the most brilliant code fails to compile, remember this: true innovation doesn't announce itself with fanfare. It often arrives in worn sneakers, speaks with an accent, and stands quietly in corners where no one thinks to look. Judge not by appearances, for genius wears many disguises, sometimes as simple as a white t-shirt and the courage to say, "Watch what I can do."